unprecedented effort by a group of Mexican investors and the multi-awarded film director and photographer Willie Sosa have joined together to bring Mexicans the deepest of the emotions about their identity and their sense of belonging. The monumental itinerant museum, Mexico in Your Senses, was the first grand event of the bicentennial celebrations of the Mexican independence, and its first exhibition at Mexico City's main square, Zocalo, and in a huge monumental photographic and video exhibition in ultra-high definition never before seen in our country, with 4,000 square meters of exhibition, which was adjusted in a magnificent architectural manner with Mexico City's Zocalo. Inaugurated by the Mexican President Felipe Calderón Hinojosa, the First Lady Margarita Zavala, Alonso Lujambio, Consuelo Saiza, José Manuel Villalpando, and distinguished cabinet members.
México en tus sentidos se compone, como hemos visto, de fotografías y de videos, de arte que muestra a nuestro país en todas sus manifestaciones, que muestra la riqueza y la belleza de nuestra tierra, de nuestra cultura, pero especialmente de nuestra gente, a la cual el maestro Sousa retrata de manera extraordinaria.
The museum gathered in only 52 days more than 7.3 million people, being as well visited by distinguished political, business, and social personalities of our country. The museum collection includes a video presented in ultra-high definition 4K with original music recorded by the National Symphony Orchestra, as well as a selection of 1,000 photographs of a private collection that exceeds 1.5 million pictures, which are the result of more than 9 years of tireless journeys throughout the Mexican Republic, on which the artist takes us by the hand through his emotions to show us his intimate and spectacular vision of Mexico. The work of Willie Sosa has received up to this day 130 international awards, a distinction that no other Mexican director has received. In a magnificent ceremony presided by the Federal Tourism Secretary Gloria Guevara and other cabinet members, a commemorative limited edition Mexico in Your Senses book was presented in a large and medium format. The closing ceremony was chaired by the First Lady, Mrs. Margarita Zavala, and distinguished guests of the business, social, and cultural community of Mexico. The itinerant monumental museum, Mexico in Your Senses, has become an event that called millions of Mexicans to look back and see what we have forgotten, our nation, Mexico.
Creo que es algo increíble, sinceramente.
Así es que yo nunca había visto así tanto, tan cerquita, tanta cosa tan hermosa.
Te hace ver lo maravilloso que es nuestro país y lo grandioso que es una bendición haber nacido en este país.
Es una cosa tan bella, tan hermosa que hayan hecho que nuestro México lo conozcan por todos lados.
Cada una de las imágenes me hizo vibrar.
Te hace sentir a tu México en tu propio cuerpo, en tus propias venas.
The Museum Mexico in Your Senses has been presented in numerous private events amongst business, social, and political personalities, where we have been invited to impulse more Mexicans to make Mexico the most important part of their existence. The monumental itinerant museum, Mexico in Your Senses, began its national and international tour. Buenos Aires, Argentina was the first country to which we were invited by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to represent Mexico in the magnificent Argentina's bicentennial independence celebrations.
Esto lo voy a llevar por mientras viva, porque nunca pasamos tan bien como ahora.
Es maravilloso todo lo que se ve.
No sé, fue fuerte, muy fuerte para mí. Me conmovió el alma.
Me emocionó muchísimo. Te llega al corazón, no puedo hablar mucho porque está divino, realmente hermoso. Dan ganas de ir y se siente como que la gente quiere a su país desde el alma.
Mexico in Your Senses continued its international tour with a gallery format in collaboration with the Mexican Tourism Board and the Federal Secretary of Tourism in Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York in USA, as well as in Toronto and Montreal in Canada, obtaining an excellent reception by the tourism and cultural community of these nations.
The picture was amazing, the video was amazing. The quality of it just touching your heart, you know, it was very, very nice.
I really appreciate it. I think it was give a different image of Mexico that I didn't knew.
There's so much history there, not just a few hundred years, but thousands of years. And for the artist, Willie Sosa, to be able to capture that on film, that's a real achievement.
The monumental museum, Mexico in Your Senses, was presented as the official exhibition in the festivities of the bicentennial independence and the centenary of the Mexican Revolution during the World Expo in Shanghai, China, receiving an average of 500,000 visitors in only 45 days.
墨西哥的色彩让我非常的震撼，我非常喜欢墨西哥，特别是他最后每个人用墨西哥的国旗。
对于墨西哥本身来讲呢，是一个非常好推展。
然后我觉得这对我来说是一段非常难忘的经历。
这个片子非常好看，我看了2遍。
Mexico in Your Senses returns to Mexico after its successful world tour to the Climate Change Conference's COP16 in Cancun, Riviera Maya, receiving a large inflow of Mexicans and Friends of Mexico, assistance of the Climate Change Village at COP16.
Me siento muy orgulloso de ser mexicano. Le doy gracias a Dios y a la vida de poder seguir siendo mexicano y de tener tantas cosas hermosas que compartir al mundo.
Es la segunda vez que vengo y como le decía el señor Willie Sousa, las 2 veces he llorado. Son el tipo de exposiciones que necesitamos los mexicanos ver más.
No pude ver un país más hermoso donde pude haber nacido que México.
Ver y sentir en México que somos, que nos han robado, es recordar lo bello, lo hermoso, lo maravilloso que es nuestro país.
México es más de lo que a veces uno conoce, de lo que uno cree y pues te sientes muy contento de ser mexicano.
Salgo con lágrimas en los ojos porque auténticamente refleja la riqueza de nuestro país en todos los sentidos.
The video was shown as well every day to thousands of people during mass concerts before great celebrities receiving standing ovations. The video Mexico in Your Senses had the honor to be shown during the opening speech at the inaugural ceremony of the COP16 to presidents, heads of state, ministers, national cabinet, governors, national and international high-level officials, and diplomats. The media coverage during the world tour attracted open and specialized press, newspapers, magazines, radio, television, and internet, with broad coverage, including hundreds of interviews, reports, special programs, mentions, and cultural press notes, as well as distinguished visits to the Monumental Museum and the many events that took place in it. The exhibition Mexico in Your Senses has represented Mexico with great pride, and its national and international tour has been visited by more than 10 million people. The exhibition Mexico in Your Senses has become the most visited photographic and video exhibition of one country and of a single artist in the world. No other exhibition has provoked so much feelings and has made thousands of people move to tears. The greatest achievement has been from all the Mexicans and friends of Mexico who have visited us and have decided to see our great nation again, and have decided to stop attacking it and enhance its strengths. Millions of supporters of the museum have made of Mexico in Your Senses an event that has inspired to see our history again. Our roots, our people, our customs and traditions, our celebrations, our identity, our flag, and the most important of all, our sense of belonging to this great nation, Mexico. Mexico can be seen. Mexico can be breath. Mexico can be heard. Mexico can be tasted. Mexico can be felt. Mexico should be the most important sense of our existence.